Hello, Rhonda Greenberry, certified aromatherapist, creator of 5 Seconds to Healthy. I am here today to tell you how you can use lemon essential oil. So, as you may know, I'm a big fan of doTERRA. So that's a brand that I tend to recommend the most, and you can find out why in another video. But you'll be surprised to know that they're one of the best essential oil companies in the world. So that could be one of the many reasons why. So lemon essential oil, how do we use it and why? So lemon essential oil, I'll get into a little bit about how you get the lemon essential oil. So the essential oil is typically not really found in the fruity, fleshy part of the lemon. How we get it is it's cold pressed from the peel of the lemon. And that's where you'll find the essential oil. You know how when sometimes people peel like a lemon or a lime or an orange, like all those citrusy types of fruits, when you peel it is when you can smell it, but when it's closed in on its own, you can't, right? And that's because they're stored in these little kind of sacks. There's like a chemistry term for it, but rather than get too science or technical on you, we'll just keep it kind of vague, because that's all you need to know unless you're a chemist and studying it more detailed in aromatherapy. So those little capillaries in there that store the essential oil aren't usually found in the fleshy part of the plant, though. And that's why you can't smell it until you actually sort of damage the peel or you start opening up the fruit. Then it's when you crack open the actual peel that the aroma of the lemon, the lime, the just about every citrus comes out, because that's where the essential oils are, and that's why we cold press it, okay? Something to note is most citrus oils are phototoxic. So what that means is when we apply them, if we go out into the sun, it can do a few things. It can cause some pigmentation, or it can kind of weaken our skin and make us more susceptible to either a chemical burn or higher exposure to those UV rays and everything, and sort of like a sunburn, okay? So it's very important when we're using citrus oils that we keep in mind that we shouldn't be going out in the sun for about 12 hours after using them. Some oils require more caution, some a little bit less, but for the most part, I think 12 hours is a pretty safe rule. I do believe, and I'm going to just double check, yes, and it says on the actual bottle here, avoid UV rays for 12 hours after applying products. So what that actually means is it's not just the sun, this also includes tanning salons, going into a sun tanning bed, right? So you're going to avoid doing those types of activities after you're using citrus. If you need to go out into the sun and you're going to be using this essential oil, I suggest that you apply it to a part that won't be exposed to the sun. And if you are somebody who tans, then maybe just skip tanning that day or use a different oil, okay? One that's not phototoxic. doTERRA sources their lemon essential oil, at the time of making this video, I believe it's from Bulgaria, which is pretty cool. And I think that's the same place that they're getting the bergamot, although I may not be 100% correct on that, or they may have changed it since the video came out. So what do we use lemon essential oil for? So lemon is actually an antiseptic essential oil. It's also bactericidal. It's good for rheumatic disorders, and it's carminative. So to kind of expand on that a little bit, so I personally love to use it for cleaning. For me, it's nature's Goo Gone. I have 5 kids, so you know, when Valentine's rolls around and somebody gives out stickers, or a birthday rolls around and there's a little sticker pack in those birthday loot bags, those stickers end up on my furniture sometimes, okay? And I love my children, and I try my best to parent and guide them the best that I can, but they're still kids with creative tendencies, and those stickers sometimes end up in places that they should not be. So when those sticky residue are left over, or when we buy that new product and we want to get that ugly sticker off of our furniture, but all that sticky stuff is left over, when you use a Goo Gone, you're using highly toxic chemicals. So what you can do is you can take a small, in place it on the furniture that you can't really see, and test if the lemon essential oil is going to rub off any of the actual finish of the furniture first, because you don't want to be rubbing off the sticky stuff and then ruin the whole like side of the furniture trying to get just that part off, right? So I would do a test in an inconspicuous place just to be sure. For me, I've never had a problem with any of the finishes coming off, but I don't rub it aggressively because the lemon essential oil just takes it right off faster than anything I've tried before. And I've tried things like hairspray, Goo Gone, vinegars, everything. So that's one of my favorite ways to use it. A few other ways that you can use it. So you can use it with various infections. So I have used it in some of my diffuse blends when the kids are coming down with any kinds of colds or infections. I do put it in my allergy blend. So my allergy blend contains equal parts of peppermint, lemon, and lavender. So I find it super helpful for that. If it is summertime, I like to apply it to the feet and then put socks on, or just make sure that I'm not suntanning with my bottom of my feet up in the sun. It's good for debility, arteriosclerosis, so rheumatism and arthritis. Those are like the rheumatic disorders like I mentioned earlier. It is good for varicose veins. Although when you're going to apply it topically for varicose veins, I believe the instructions are not to put it actually over top of the veins, but kind of like in the surrounding area. I suppose that would be hard to do, but you can always try it. It's good for people who bruise easily. It is good for urinary and gallstones, so it can really help assist with dissolving them. I'm not qualified to recommend that you can use them internally. However, most of the oils that we use aromatically and topically do cross most parts of our body systems, and so it can for sure help dissolve the gallstones. I would just apply it over the gallbladder area or the the kidney stones, and I would apply that on the lower abdomen. You can also use it to help with digestion, so it helps the pancreas secrete. It's great for the liver, so we all know sometimes our liver needs help with all the toxins that we're exposed to in this day and age. Our liver sometimes needs a little help staying in optimal use. It's good for hepatic congestion and deficiency. It fortifies the nervous system. It can be good for skincare if we have things like broken capillaries. It is a diuretic, so it does cause you to kind of urinate a little more often, and it can decrease our blood pressure. So that's something to consider, is if you're on any type of blood pressure medications, consider whether the essential oil will kind of add to that effect or increase it, or make it worse, if you will. So it's best to consult with a pharmacist or a doctor, somebody who's aware of aromatic medicine and drug contraindications because of that blood pressure effect, okay? Most citrus oils are known as being uplifting, so lemon can be really uplifting. Additionally, I like to use lemon because it smells really clean, so I use it as part of my laundry systems with my homemade soaps, my dishwashing soap. I like to put it on dryer balls, so my clothes all come out with this really fresh lemon, non-chemical Nature's Perfume scent. And I've used it on various other things because having kids, and especially boys, sometimes there just happens to be an odor somewhere and you just can't figure out what it is. So thank goodness for lemon. Anyway, so that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions or comments, let me know, and go get your lemon on. Bye!